Peace. Kofa, Growth Talk Entertainment. Oh, let me get my volume right. I forgot I turned the music down last time. Let's get this right. Appreciate everybody being in here. Let's run through it. Peace. Kofa, Growth Talk Entertainment. Wake your ugly ass up. What's going on, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. The time is now 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. Once again, I am your humble host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa, easy to say, easy to spell. Again, this is Growth Talk Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing, and this is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Thank you all for being in here. Go ahead and get the general housekeeping out the way. You see the Cash App, you see the PayPal on the screen. You've been in these YouTube streets long enough. You know how to use super chats, super stickers. You can also go to growthtalkent.com. That's growthtalkent.com and get your merch. I'm not wearing any tonight, but you can go check out the website. But if you don't want to donate monetarily, what you will do is hit the like button. The like button is free.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
With that said, we're going to get things kicked off with Randy. I think. Come on, Randy. Waiting on you. Maybe. Nope. Randy don't want to act right. Bring it back on me. Give yourselves a round of applause. Shout out to Randy Watson. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're already cutting up tonight. But let's go ahead and get the shout outs out the way. Brother Death Reaper in the building first tonight. What's going on, good brother?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Repeating what I told y'all already. Hit the like button. The like button is free. Brother Malika in the shoot as always. I think. There we go. He says, peace, Kofa, and the chat. Salute to you, good brother. BT stopping through with the $5 bomb. He says 5 for the drop. I got you, bro. And just in case you got to slide out a little bit early, let me go ahead and hit you with your drop.
Baby girl, you with the winners, how could you lose? Like her too, many different flavors, how can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
Back on me. Appreciate that, BT. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's keep the shout outs going. DG back in the building. What's going on, good brother? Thank you for being in here. Who else we got? Oh, everybody just speaking. Appreciate that. We're going to kind of keep the conversation running. I told y'all the boy went back to therapy. My therapist does things a little bit differently. He doesn't just keep you coming to therapy. You got to pour out everything, every session, and then string it along for 2 years. He does things differently by, hey, bro, I'm giving you 5 sessions. 5. Solid 5, maybe 6 if we hit a snag, we hit a bump or something we need to kind of expand on. So you have 5 solid sessions to get a lot of stuff out so he can really focus on what your core point is to sharpen your sword. That is the purpose of therapy. You're supposed to graduate. Like Tia Mowry says, she graduated from her fucking marriage. Got to hit the drop for it. Like she says, she graduated from her marriage, even though that's not a thing. My equipment, we are struggling streaming tonight. I know y'all can see me. BT, I got to upgrade the stream deck. It's starting to go out on me. This ain't going to get it. Anyways, she says she divorced and graduated from her marriage. You're supposed to graduate from therapy. You're not supposed to keep everything just going and going and going and going. What lessons are you learning? What conclusion are you going to come to where you're a better man? So that's what I kind of want to expand on tonight. Probably not going to be on here that long. Only got a couple of short clips from two of my favorite shows, The Sopranos and The Wire. So we're going to use those. I'll talk about those because I know other brothers are also feeling that. Again, I know it's a TV show, a movie. It's just acting. A lot of times I feel like that. I gravitate towards these certain scenes and certain things because I felt like that. And oftentimes as men, we don't have a place to go. So I do have a couple of notes. So again, we talked about it last time. Being the strong one, you putting everything on your back. You're doing all the heavy lifting. But again, who looks out for the strong friend? Disappointment versus betrayal. You got to understand some of the people that you're let down by, it may not be a betrayal, but it feels like that just because they disappointed you. You have to start learning, like I did. You had to learn where to put your expectations. People are who the fuck they are. We'll expand on that a little bit later. Duty and survival mode. A lot of us operate off of survival mode. We're just constantly on the go. Get some more of these shout outs. BT hit me with the angry face. I don't know why with 99 Cent. He says, look, he says, I can't wait for the Wire reference. Salute to to Theo Coop in the building. Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you being in here. He says, Roll Tide with the $10 spot. So I'm gonna hit you with, let me see what I'm gonna give you for the 10 spot. Let's see. You know what? Take it back a little. Oh, damn. That one didn't work. Hold on. I gotta give him a drop. Where we at? I told y'all, bro, we are struggle streaming tonight. My shit is acting up. Theo, I got you though. There we go. Appreciate the 10.
People call me the fundraiser. They call me that because that's what I do. I raise funds. I get my money up.
Back on me. Appreciate that, Theo, with the $10 bomb. Appreciate that, good brother. Do Better Fiend in the building. What's going on? Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you being in here. Speaking to everybody, thank you. Brother Malika says also, what tools you have learned and use from being in therapy too. Yeah, we'll discuss some of that too. Everybody speaking. Cool. Yeah, they got to get my funds up. It gets my money up. Fundraiser. Appreciate that, Coop. So, to Malika's point, some of the things I learned, again, is just having to learn the people that are around me and how I engage with them and how they engage with me. So, it would behoove you to look at it from a realistic lens. But we're going to go ahead and start rolling into the content real quick because this kind of sparked everything for me. This particular scene, we've discussed it many a time here before, but you don't understand what it's like to be number one. This isn't about the streets. This isn't about being hard or tough. This is simply about being a man. I use The Sopranos. I use The Wire again because you have Tony Soprano at the top. He's this mob boss, but he's still a man at the end of the day. Most of what he's talking about and dealing with is managing his people. Bigger than that is his fucking family, making sure they eat and he stays out of prison and all that. The Wire, same shit. It's just getting by day to day, whether they slice it up from the cop angle, from the street angle, to the politicians and so on. But those are two of my favorite shows. So y'all will probably be getting some clips like that, like this tonight, some more down the road. Let's get into the first clip.
Do you have any qualms about how you actually make a living?
Yeah. I find I have to be the sad clown. Laughing on the outside. Crying on the inside.
I'm going to repeat this one. This is like when the show first started and he was first getting used to his therapist, and his therapist kind of was able to gauge and, oh shit, this motherfucker's in the mafia. but she kept serving him. I'm not going to get into the realism of whether a mafiosi would actually go into therapy and the rules of La Cosa Nostra and all that. That's not my world. I'm just a history buff in that regard as far as the mafia, but I'm not going to get into all that. But in this scene, she's asking him, and at the top of it, you can see it says the title for those who's not watching. The caption reads, "Slowly Becoming Him." This is part of it, gentlemen, when you have the realization, that light bulb moment I always talk about, that aha, like, oh shit, this is what I mean to this person. This is who I am for this other person. And you spend so much time doing that, and you don't realize who you are for yourself. So I'm gonna run that back one more time. But she's asking him, does he have any issues with the criminal activity he does? And I have to ask that to y'all brothers out there. Do you have qualms with how you make a living? Is that job enough for you? Is the job enough for you, but it's not enough for the people around you? Is that chick always in your ear? You can do better. Why don't we do this? We used to see it on Kevin Samuels' show all the time. He would ask him, what if that man was happy being a plumber or whatever, blue collar job? What if that man was just happy with his $75,000, $80,000 a year and he was still able to provide a house for you? Would you stay in that type of house that his money could provide? Do you want to work to pay significant bills? The question he always used to ask, and damn near 100% of the time, the women would say no. Nobody ever thinks about the guy off camera that she may or may not be dealing with and how he feels about that, or how he has to go through life and then make adjustments of dealing with her side of the family, her children, then come back and deal with his kids, his baby mama, his wife. It could be a core family. He has to take a good view, which I encourage brothers to do. How are you dealing with people in your life that are dealing with you in a certain manner that this isn't it? And are you able to walk away? But first you got to come to the fucking realization, what's going on inside of you. Uh-oh, play. I said play. This thing is tripping tonight. Let me bring it back on me. Then we're going to run it down again.
Do you have any qualms about how you actually make a living?
Yeah. I find I have to be the sad clown. Laughing on the outside. Crying on the inside.
Thus the thumbnail. You've seen those two masks used in drama before, where you got one is the smiling face, the smiling mask. Then you have the other mask that's sad and crying. And then you have to juggle between them. There's rarely a time where you're genuinely happy because you're putting on that mask for everybody else. That crying on the inside, that the sad clown, you've made everybody else have a good time. You've been a source of entertainment. You've been a source of provision. And then you're dying on the inside. And then you can't figure out why. Again, you don't know yourself because you don't spend enough time with yourself. Because you don't spend enough time with yourself, you don't like yourself. And that cycle starts all over again. That's oftentimes what we see as men. Let's keep on going. Hold on, let me get y'all comments real quick. Everybody did the speaking. Look, with $10 bomb, Theo is indeed the live stream sponsor.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Yep, DG, I'm on the third season. He says, I love The Wire. It never gets old. Indeed, it doesn't. BT says, what show is better, The Wire or Sopranos? The Wire, simply. I always say that. The Wire is my number one TV show and has been for a while. Keep on scrolling. Everybody speaking. Don't want to dip into the conversation. DG says, oh my God. Somebody felt that. I find myself having, notice the language. I find myself having to be the sad clown. It's the reason why I use these clips. They're very specific. You found yourself having air quotes because you don't have to do shit. We've seen other men underperform or don't perform at all, and it seems as though they're winning. But you find yourself having to be the sad clown, making sure you're the strong one for the kids and the family, God forbid, don't be part of a sibling group and you're the one that's all of it's going to fall on mainly. You're the next in line of succession after your father or your mother passes or whatever, however your family structure is set up. You're damn near having to raise siblings. You're in a position where you're raising parents. They're getting older. You got to make sure they're good. And you have children that you're raising as well. Another thing with therapy that I had to come to the realization, again, I don't have to, but I'm going to do it because it's my responsibility. I have to be two different dads. You guys know I started over with my son. So my daughter is 22 years old. My son is 4. My son's 4-year-old needs aren't going to be what my daughter's 22-year-old needs are, and vice versa. I have to be two different fathers, two different people, essentially. And that light bulb really didn't click for me again until I was in therapy. That's why I'm glad about the therapist that I chose. I'm going to bring him on probably another month or so after I get everything, because I don't want to struggle stream while I have guests on. But I am going to bring him on because we hit the nail on the head damn near from the gate. We expanded on it more, and it made me a better man within this last, I'll say 30 days. Because there's certain things I already knew, and he even told me, he's like, Kofa, I love working with you because you're so self-aware.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Not perfect, not got it all together, but I'm self-aware. I know where my shortfalls are. I know where I'm fucking up because I've intentionally and unintentionally at times spent time by myself. But when I did that, again, I sat and I thought about who I am and where I'm going and where that's going to take my family. Whether it's a marriage later on down the road, even though I'm a confirmed bachelor and I'm kind of digging this shit, or focus on my kids. Either way, Kofa knows Kofa. That's why I'm redoing this live, because I know a lot of brothers just simply have not taken the time. I have had knockdown, drag out fights with other brothers when I start asking them questions because they don't know who they are. I've had knockdown, drag out fights with brothers because they'll ask me questions and I'll have an answer, and it seems to frustrate them because, oh, you got an answer for everything. You have no idea how much time it took me to sit and sort through who I was mentally, emotionally, financially, everything. I was everything to everybody else, and I was nothing to me. So when DG says, oh my God, I found myself having to be the sad clown as well. That's where he's coming from. Got to keep a brave face on for his daughter. He's mentioned her before. Even though he may be going through something, I got to keep a brave face on for my daughter. I had to recently go back and delve into history and tell my daughter, you remember when X, Y, and Z, you wanted this, that, and the third? This is the corner I had to cut in order to make that shit happen. Get to y'all comments real quick. Let me see. The DG says, it reminds me of that song, Bring in the Clowns. It's actually a sad song, indeed. BT says, The Wire is the best show of all time. Indeed. DG also says, The Wire was real to me. And they've interviewed people in Baltimore, and they said that's how that was. Like, that's probably the realest show that has ever come on TV. Like, as far as mirroring what was going on actually in Baltimore at the time. She says, The Empire was your song or your show? Let me see. Do Better Fiend says The Wire by a long shot. Malika, let me get your comment. Brother Malika says, Kofa funny. We men are only seen as men or viable only through our utility to women and the group. We're never seen as men of good character and moral standing, as well as our ability. Oh, I lost it. As well as our ability outside of our ability. We're never seen as men of good character and moral standing, as well as our ability to provide. It's either one or the other. He's providing. That don't necessarily mean he's a good man. We always hear about Granddaddy, right? Granddaddy done paid for that whole damn house. My bad, phone went off. Granddaddy done paid for the whole house. but you'll hear every negative story about your grandfather. He was a provider, but he also, of course, always the story about another woman on the other side of town. You could be a good man or seen as a good man. He's fun, he's a life of party, but he's not a provider. There's always something that's going to be missing. I'm gonna read it again. Kofa, funny, we men are only seen as men or viable only through our utility to a woman and the group, family, friends, whatever. We're never seen as men of good character. Lost it again. We're never seen of men as of good character and moral standing, as well as our ability to provide. Indeed. Speaking of Be More, what's going on, Smoker Talk? What's going on, good brother? Be More in the building. Do Better Fink says he lived in Be More during the third season. That's what's up. Appreciate the shout out, Smoker Talk. Shout out to the mods. Keep on scrolling. Let me see. Pedantic Foot says The Wire, because of the realism, it was written by a Baltimore detective and reporter. Indeed. Pedantic Foot says Sopranos is 1B. Sister Felicia in the building, and Naomi, I got to get y'all both at the same time.
You go, girl!
Appreciate the ladies in the building as always. DG says, growing up you left something out. I've seen some of the things that was on The Wire. I'm on my 100th time watching it. I haven't watched the whole season of Sopranos. Sopranos, that shit too. Actually, most of the clips are from the Sopranos tonight. Again, because I focus around Tony and his mental health struggles of being this boss and at the same time still having to be dad and husband and him needing to seek help. This is why I use that, because it's a central focus on just this one character. And I know a lot of brothers, we're this one character that has to be multiple characters when we leave out of the house for the different world. So that said, we go from being the sad clown to wondering what the fuck. You come to the realization, then you still start wondering. So I call this one the mystery.
All this shit's for nothing. And if all this shit's for nothing, why do I gotta think about it?
That's the mystery, isn't it? The mystery of God, or whatever you want to call it, of why we're given the questionable gift of knowing that we're gonna die. Rage, Anthony, is a big, loud, flaming self-distraction from feelings that are even more frightening.
What feelings might those be?
Sadness.
So, after all is said and done, after all the complaining and the crying and all the fucking bullshit, is this all there is?
Obviously, I'm prone to depression. A certain bleak attitude about the world.
Bring it back on me. When you have that realization, is this all there is? What's next for you? Is this all there? So I'm just supposed to sit here in the mundane, going through these cycles, the same cycle every day. Every Monday is the same, every Tuesday, so on and so forth. That every day is the same, it just changes names, right? So you start to wonder, even after you have you have this aha moment, and then you're like, oh shit, I feel a little bit different. Then the routine changes. I mean, the routine stays the same. So you start to wonder, then what's the point? Why would I have this epiphany? Kofa, why are you telling us to sit down and spend all this time with ourselves and think and figure out ourselves if we're, if everything's just going to remain the same? Get back to my notes. One of the reasons, what I write down. One of the reasons is the scrolled up, my bad. Because we get stuck in that provider mode. So this one was, you have the duty, you have the survival mode, you got that down. So even when you have an epiphany for yourself, you often go back to the routine that you were so comfortable with. If anybody in the chat has been through that, please drop a 1. you started looking for that different job. You started working out. About a month in, it's supposed to take 30 days to change a habit. But about a month in, after those 30 days, you find yourself back in the same routine. You back eating bad, your sleeping habits is off, the same thing. But now you've had the epiphany, so now it's running through your mind. That's the important part of having that foundational piece of understanding the sad clown, or whatever you're internalizing. Because once you've had that aha moment, even when you run back into the same routine, that shit is in your head. You can't get rid of it. Just like you thought you couldn't get rid of the depression and this, that, and the third. And when you have that realization, that's what you can't get rid of. You know better, so you know you're supposed to be doing better. It'll come back around. Let me get back to this. Let me get back to these comments. DG says, Kofi, the Godfather of Harlem is a great show. It is. Is it still on? I know I was behind like a season. This is a big one. Need to highlight this, or I think I'm gonna try to pin this comment. I left out the hood.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
DG chose to change his environment, whether physically or mentally. Just because you're in that environment doesn't mean you have to stay stuck in what everybody else is doing. Saying no to that party, saying no to that shot of liquor, saying no to the dice game, those little steps start breaking the routine that you found yourself back in. Eventually, till you get to what DG just said. I left out the hood. And the hood, let's use it as a metaphor. The hood could be that relationship. The hood could be your family structure. When you are the person outside of the family norm, the family negative norms, the breaking generational curses, and you're actively trying to become that person, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the black sheep. You're going to be the outcast. It just is what it is. Are you strong enough to stay on that path? And you see the way he said it. Bring it up again. I left out the hood. Not I'm leaving the hood. He had to first have that thought, but he put action to what he was feeling and what he was thinking and what he knew he needed to do. He's speaking in past tense. So DG already got out, whether it's physically or mentally. He made sure he made that provision for his daughter and himself. Because he could have raised his daughter in the same shit he was raised in, but actively, he made a decision to move and change. Good job, DG. Let me see. Almana's in the building. She says, hey, y'all, what's going on, sis?
You go, girl!
Keep scrolling up to BT's comment. He says, you got me ready to rewatch The Sopranos with a mature lens. Please do, bro. Please do. There is so much manhood in The Sopranos, and looking at it through, trying to look at it through Tony's lens and a couple of other guys too. But again, Tony was the larger than life central character. DG says, I think humans are the only things on this planet that carries the pain that has been handed down to them. Fun fact about that, and BT probably knows where I'm getting ready to go. Side quest real quick. We're going to go on a side quest. I'm going to read DG's comment again, then I'm going to give you the story. I think humans are the only things on this planet that carries the pain that has been handed down to them. Not so. And the reason why, and BT had to put me onto this, we were just talking about generational trauma, different things like that. And he was talking about this whale that was in captivity. And BT, correct me if I'm wrong, the whale used to get either abused or he was angry because he was in captivity. They brought him out of the ocean, so he didn't grow up in the aquarium. They used him to breed. Now the whale is gone. I don't know if he died or they put him back in the ocean or what. But the offspring that he had, the father whale, never met their dad, all that shit. The offspring that this whale had displayed the same aggressive behaviors against the trainers the older they got. So when we talk about generational trauma, it's real. It does get passed down through the bloodline. It does get passed down, not just in humans, but in animals. But to DG's point, of course, we're humans. We have what's the word I'm looking for? Dominion over the earth. I was trying to think of my biblical term. We have dominion over the earth. But if the animals can pass this down, what do you think we're doing with each other? From a friendship standpoint, family, of course, again, the bloodline, like I just mentioned. And when you're that person that tries to break it, something is wrong with you. And you will catch a lot of smoke if you're the person that's leading the family or leading the pack. Again, using Tony Soprano as an example. And you're trying to break things and do things differently than they've always been done. It doesn't matter that you're the provider. It doesn't matter how much money you spend. It doesn't matter the energy you gave. It doesn't matter how much grace, how much love, how much kindness, the bending over backwards, the tough love. All that doesn't matter because everybody's so accustomed to doing and moving how they want to move. This is the way we've always done it. We have a bad habit at our jobs. Everything is so connected. And a lot of times we don't understand how it's affecting us as men. You start thinking you're the problem. Now it's fine if you want to do some self-reflection and hey, I can be better in this area. I can be better in this area. But when you start taking on the brunt of that because of everybody else's shit, you're going to fall the fuck apart. Trust me, because I almost did it my damn self. Let's keep on going. Look, Felicia says, The Wire was my show. You coming to King, you best not miss. Omar, ND. Brother Malika with the ones. Bunch of ones. BT with a bunch of one. With a one. Felicia with a one. Appreciate that. Let's keep on scrolling up. Damn, went too fast. I think that was, yep. Do Better Fiend. One. Appreciate that. BT says, I had to check myself this weekend. I was definitely off my square.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That drop was not because you were off your square, but because you had the realization that you had to check yourself. Mike has bad knees. What's going on, bro? He says, been on a long time. What's up? I'm glad you in the building, brother. Thank you for being in here. Let me keep scrolling. Cases and Cam says, good evening. Salute to you, good brother. Do Better Fiend with the $10 bomb. He says, I fell into those loops that you speak of, and when I look around at my family, I feel it's worth it to put that weight back on. I respect that, brother. Let me give you your drop. What? Not that one. You know what? I got one for you, Do Better Fiend. Damn, I thought I did. I don't know what I did with it. This shit is all over the place. There we go. Got you.
Why come the pastor have to have him a nice house? Why come pastor got to have a nice car? Don't ask. I said, don't ask. I said, don't ask. No questions. Just give the money.
Hey, man, I got a house right here.
Brother Dickie, get the collection plate around on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side.
Back on me. Appreciate you, Do Better Fiend. Appreciate you, good brother. Sorry it took me so long. My equipment is acting up tonight. DG says, I never did hood things. They made fun of me the way I talk. They told me I don't sound black. I asked them, what does black sound like?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Brother Malika says, Kofa, you gave me a good aha moment. You stated black men are raised to take care of white people and black women and their children. But now we can stop and start taking care of ourselves first.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Man, y'all be listening to your boy. I appreciate that, Malika. I appreciate that. DG says, I will never put my daughter through the abuse I suffered. It stops with me, but thinking about it still tears me up. I know, bro, but you have to, let me say this to y'all, bro. Give yourself the grace that you have given everybody else. But that's still your mama. But that's family. Come on, dog. We boys. We done been through this. Well, we've been together for so long. The women. Give yourself the grace and the forgiveness that you have given everybody else. Please do that. If you don't, after the realization, forgive yourself first. And I say that because you've already done it for everybody else. You check that block. Nobody can say shit to you. I have to remind people of that a lot when I'm having these conversations off of YouTube. Can't nobody tell me shit. It's not an arrogant thing. It's not an ego thing. The advice that a lot of people will be giving you is shit that you have already done. You done already walked that path. You got the t-shirt, the hoodie, the coffee mug, all that jazz. You've already done those things for everybody else. Don't allow yourself to be coaxed back into them and you're not doing them for yourself. And then, again, case in point, talking to one of my boys, we were having a similar conversation. I said, bruh, it's certain shit I'm not going to do for my family. Whatever I do for my mother and my daughter, it has its limits.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That's my mama and my daughter. Now my son, that shit still has its limits. I'm only one man. I can't be all things to everybody. And the craziest part, the first person to tell me that was my son's mother. It took me years, again, that's how my son got here, realizing she was telling me not to be all things for all people because she wanted me to be all things for her.
No.
And like a dumbass, I did it until I had that aha moment. So please watch who you're getting advice from. PSA, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a therapist. My brother with a microphone and a camera that cares. That's it. Because I done been through a lot of the shit y'all done been through. So now we're going to pivot back over to the third clip of the night. So after you've gone through your, oh shit, this is what it is. I'm the sad clown. Okay, then shit, what's the fucking purpose of all this? You go through the mystery portion. Then you have to find your balance.
Obviously, I'm prone to depression. A certain bleak attitude about the world. But I know I can handle it. Your kids, though. It's like when they're little and they get sick. You'd give anything in the world to trade places with them so they don't have to suffer. And anything you're the cause of it.
How are you the cause of it?
It's in his blood, this miserable fucking existence. My rotten fucking putrid genes have infected my kid's soul. That's my gift to my son.
Pass it back to me. In that particular clip, he was having a realization about his son having some of the depressive things we were just talking about, passing it down through the bloodline. And he realized, oh shit, not only is it in the blood, later on in the clip, he's seen how I acted or how I reacted to certain things. And that's a big thing brothers got to understand. You got to learn the difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is usually going to be the level of emotion that you have for that particular thing. Stereotypical example. Guy walks in, see his wife sleeping with another man. He's hurt, he's angry right at that moment. He's sad right at that moment. He reacts by getting physically violent. A response would have been removing himself from the situation and filing from divorce and leaving that bitch.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
No, I know that was a stereotypical answer, but there's a difference between reaction and response. In that particular clip, Tony's response was another aha moment. So outside of yourself, then you're wondering what's it all for. Then you find your purpose. That's the balance. He knows it's bigger than him. It's about his son. Work, again, friends, whatever else is going on, business, in his case, the mafia. But it's always been about him being a father and a husband, right, wrong, or indifferent. But because, during the show, his son was going through fainting spells, what they call them? Yeah, fainting spells. He would have panic attacks, different things like that. And some of the things he started to say, and he's like, where the fuck do you get this from? Tony had to look at himself. And also, for those that haven't seen the show, his mother was very depressive and very bleak like that. And it's just passing it on and on. Then you have to have that realization of, I don't want to do this shit anymore. You get to y'all comments because we're about done. We're almost done. Let me see. Derek in the bill, he says, good evening. I see you shining. Salute to you, good brother. Appreciate you being in here. BT says, remember Stringer was trying to do things differently and was met with resistance. Indeed, bro.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Do better says, don't ask. Let's keep it. Look. I told you. Pause for the cause. Do better. Mike has bad knees. Nice name. I feel you. I told Mike has bad knees since he first popped up in BT's chat. I told him he has the greatest YouTube name on all of YouTube, bro.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
At least that is Kofa's opinion. That is my favorite YouTube name. Mike has bad knees, bro. That's saying a lot. Like, goddamn, dog. That shit is hilarious. I laugh every time. I've been laughing at his name for 2 years. Then this motherfucker had the audacity to change his name on YouTube about, what was that, Mike? About 2-3 months ago. As soon as I got back rolling, I saw that shit again. I like, this is not gonna do.
No.
Somebody call the police. Mike, you got to change your name back. And then he changed it back. Appreciate that, Mike, bro. That name keeps me going. Shit is still hilarious to me. DG back at it. He says, damn, Kofa, every dang time you speak, I hear words I want to say, but they never come out right. I get so frustrated, I just stay to myself. I can't crash out because of my daughter, so I cry alone. Many of us have, bro. I done shed tears. I done punched air. Cuss, raised hell. Again, part of the reason why I picked up this microphone. Hell, you sent me some stuff, bro. Keep writing, dog. I'm going to keep encouraging you. Keep writing. Get it down. It don't have to be all articulate. It don't got to be the greatest verse since live at the barbecue, since Nas is live at the barbecue verse. It don't have to be that, bro. Just get it out. And when you're getting it out, I promise you, you're going to have another aha moment. It's going to be somebody you haven't thought about in a long time, or a situation you haven't allowed yourself to think about. You have to think about what you did before so you don't fuck it up again. From your part, from the part that you played in it. Because whether or not somebody did us dirty, we still played a part by being there. So I encourage you, bro, get that shit out. Same thing with the rest of you brothers out there and the sisters in the chat as well. Let's keep on going. Big Boy in the building. He says, life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
That is indeed a fact, Big Boy. I appreciate that, good brother. With that said, we're going to go on to the last clip of the night. This is where The Wire comes in, and then we'll expand on that. And we're going to leave off. I know I didn't hit all my points tonight, but I am going to leave off on this one. You know what? real healing. This is one of the notes I took. One of the notes from therapy as well. It's not just venting. It's not just talking. Like I just said, you got to get it out. Healing is change behavior. Like DG, commend you again, bro. I left the hood. Commend BT. Bruh, I had a moment this weekend and I had to check myself. It's changed behavior, bro. You got to switch it. It's only so much we can keep blaming Trump and Republicans and white folks and everything. Most of your issues are going to come from internally and externally, that circle that you have. You can't help the family you're born into. You pick the friends that you do have around. Even your environment, you may not have a choice being born in it. You have a choice on whether or not you get to leave. You have to change the behavior. You have to change the way you look at things. You have to check, again, reaction versus response. How are you going to respond to the situation? It may take you a little bit longer than somebody in your age group that grew up around you. You may get to certain things quicker. But either way, you got to be honest enough with yourself. So we're going to recap again. You realize you're the sad clown. Trust me, that scene always hits home. Then you go through, well, what the fuck is the purpose? If this is going to be what it is, what the fuck is the purpose? Then it may be your kids. In Tony's case, we was talking about his son and passing down the family trauma. Maybe I don't want to do that. It may be, in DG's real life example, I left the hood. Whatever your purpose is, latch onto that. And your purpose may not be your life's purpose. It may just be that next stepping stone that you have to do, you have to take in order to get ultimately to where you want to be at. So then you have the actual, what the hell is that? Oh, you have the actual realization. And notice this scene, again, one of my favorites from The Wire, so many, but notice this scene and the reaction to the brother that makes the decision.
You know, whatever it is in you that lets you flow like you flow and do that thing, it ain't in me no more.
Alright. So you done soldiering, but you ain't done. Could use you for what you got in your head. We're gonna put you on a corner, you could be inside.
Oh, man. I ain't making myself clear. The game ain't in me no more. None of it.
But you ain't done shit else. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do?
I don't know. But it can't be this.
Alright then. We straight.
Shit.
B, he was a man in his time, you know?
Yeah. He a man today. He a man.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
So that particular character, for those that haven't seen the show, yeah, shout out to Cuddy. Let me bring it back on me. Shout out to Cuddy. One of my favorite scenes is when that brother walked away. So real quick recap. Brother comes home from a 14-year bid. He hopped back out in the streets and he realized this shit ain't for me no more. Got back with his old crew. This shit ain't for me no more. And he's explaining it to the big man, Avon. And he goes into what many people will tell you. And this, again, has nothing to do with gangsterism, the streets, none of that shit. I just use that clip because I'm starting to look at things like BT said with a mature lens, through the lens of manhood. regardless of where you're finding yourself, like Avon said, he's still a man. He had to make a decision. He's still a man. That shit, I can't do this no more. Okay, cool. You don't want to run the streets, you know, you ain't got it in, you're old head. We'll keep picking your brain. This is when your text messages come. This is where the phone calls come. This is when the, hey, big head, that's when that come. That's when the shit you've been saying to your family for the last 5-10 years, now everybody want to ask your advice. And he told them, you ain't hearing me, bro. It ain't about the street. It's not in me no more. That's when you really have your secondary aha moment. Have that first light bulb moment when, oh shit, this is how I'm feeling. And you can articulate it. Then you roll into, damn, is this all what it is? I mean, I know how I'm feeling, but I'm still in the same situation. Still got the same bad habits. Then you find a bigger purpose of, okay, cool, I got to start moving. Then you have this last moment and you make that move. Again, what DG just said. I'm sure DG leaving the hood isn't his end all be all, but it was a major step that he needed to take. That wasn't the only purpose. That's why I used that clip. We're going to run it back.
You know, whatever it is in you that let you flow like you flow and do that thing, it ain't in me no more.
He's able to recognize the people that are around him. Going back to what I talked about earlier. He's able to recognize who's around him and how they move. Bro, this is you. And that's okay. This is you, and that's okay. But it's not me.
Alright. So you done soldiering, but you ain't done. Could use you for what you got in your head. We're gonna put you on a corner, you could be inside.
Oh man, I ain't making myself clear.
Come on, bro. We've been doing this. Come back out to the club. Come back out to the block. You gonna leave me after all we been through? Nigga, we got kids together. Who the fuck else gonna do da. You gonna talk to your mama like that? I know you didn't have the best. I remember when Sheila used to leave y'all at y'all grandmama house, but that's still your mama. Nah, bro. You ain't hearing me clear. I'm not making myself clear. I'm not with this shit no more. Had to tell one of my best friends, bro, we in two different places in life. Who I used to be, the same shit I done told y'all before when I was woke Kofa, I'm not that guy no more. Can't be. Did too much damage to myself. Even, what do we always say? The road to hell is paved with what? Somebody drop it in the chat. The road to hell is paved with what? Somebody type it in there for me. BT stupid. Y'all don't know that saying? Cool, I got you. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. There we go. Do better got it. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. You had good intentions of taking care of that woman and them kids that weren't yours. You had good intentions of wanting to get your mama out the hood. You had good intentions of trying to keep your brothers and your sisters together when they was acting a damn fool. And on the inside, you was going through straight up hell. And the fucked up part is, I've seen it in my own family. The people that's out there wilding out, everybody will rally around them to try to help them get better. You're the outcast because you're trying to do something different and trying to get better. I mean, they're doing the same thing, but they get the people rallying around them while you're trying to do better. They act like you're the black sheep of the family. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So again, sometimes you got to double, triple down, stand on business, as we say. You not hearing me, bro. I'm not going to the club, bro. Like Ricky had to, hey, let me out the car though. And Doughboy, wise enough to know this ain't for him. And he let him out the car. Similar situation in this scene. And that's who you gonna know that loves you. For real, for real. Not because you a good drinking buddy. Not because you're the life of party. Not because y'all used to run hoes together. Or not because we used to run up to, you know, AC and gamble together. But because they love you. And they love you whatever spot you at. Like, you've practiced loving them at their fucking worst. If they can't love you when you getting sharper, that person never loved you.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
They love what you brought for them. So again, I ain't making myself clear.
The game ain't in me no more. None of it.
But you ain't done shit else. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do?
I don't know. But it can't be this.
How many times you done had people, again, family, friends, your old lady, ex-old lady trying to pull you back in. But you ain't did shit. This is what you do. You always there for everybody. I can always come to, essentially that's what they saying. They say it without saying it. There's different ways to speak. There's different ways you need to start hearing. But we always go out to the club on Saturday. Bro, 5 niggas been shot in the last month. I'm not fucking with that shit no more. Sometimes when other people are going through struggles, bro, it's not that you running away. It's not that you think you better than somebody in a negative way. Get to that in a second. It's not that you think you better than somebody in a negative way. Those were signs for you, bro. You were supposed to lead that relationship. You loved them kid. You'd have been around her since her children were 3-4 years old. Now they 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now's the time to leave. Matter of fact, you about 10 years late. That job been jerking you around, you should have been left. But I understand having to look for another job and other opportunities and things like that. But you have the realization of what, I think somebody just put it in there. Pedantic foot. But it can't be this. I don't even know what's next. But I know my purpose isn't attached to the same shit that I'm doing. That's why I ain't got to where I'm supposed to be. Because you holding on to what the fuck you're used to. What everybody else is used to. You see Avon's reaction like, nigga, you serious? Drop a 1 in the comment. Whatever the situation was, you told your friends you weren't going to do something that y'all always did because you started changing. And you got that, nigga, you serious? Just drop a 1 because I know I've gotten that several times. But it can't be this. I don't even know what the next step is. He had the realization, you know, the examples I gave with Tony, up until this. It can't be this. Let's keep on going.
All right, then. We straight.
Shit. B, he was a man in his time, you know?
Yeah. He a man today. He a man.
Bring it back on me. BT called it. He a man today. He a man. Those are those brothers that fuck with you for real. Those are those sisters that fuck with you for real, whether you're sleeping with them or not. Pivot back to what I was just talking about. Now I'm gonna get to y'all comments. When I said you think you better than somebody in a negative way, that's how a lot of people take it when we use that term. You think you better than somebody. I've heard that a lot of times, and I always gave the same fucking answer. No, I don't. No, I don't. Because I was reacting to what they sounded like. whether they were yelling at me or with the scrunched up face. Like being better than somebody is a negative.
No.
Code for today, you think you better than somebody. I'm better than who I was. So I'm definitely better than somebody. I'm better than that old me. A lot of cats that's running around doing whatever the full free fuck they want to do in society. Yeah, I am better than them. And I work my ass off to be better than them. So you think you better than somebody. I sure do.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
And you should have the same answer. Stop answering, no, I don't. We went to the same high school. We grew up in the same hood. That's still your family. Same tropes and traits. Kofa, why do you always repeat that? Because that's what happens in real life. I'm not a social media psychologist. I just know how our people talk. I know how people in general talk. But again, I'm a black man, so kind of know the inside out from the inside. I know how we present. I know how we kick brothers when they're trying to do the right thing and they're down. You will kick him when he's down until he get back up and he able to walk away. You're not hearing me clear. I'm not making myself clear. It's not in me no more. None of it. I can't keep doing the same shit. I can't keep loaning money. I can't keep giving rides. I can't keep showing up. I can't keep answering the phone, answering the text messages, helping this one, helping that one. You keep giving it and you're going to end up without nothing for yourself. And that's wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish in a correct way. Because there's plenty of people out there selfish and cutting corners. You should be able to be selfish and feed yourself and not shortchange yourself. Get to y'all comments real quick. Boom. DG says, Kofa, I did stop writing. Thank you for pushing me back to it. Yes, brother. Get back to it, bro. Get it out some way. Again, Pedantic Foot said, but it can't be this. BT, he a man today. One of my favorite fucking scenes. BT says, Cuddy messed up for smashing Spider's mom, but I digress. I feel certain ways about that, but again, I digress as well. Brother Malika says, facts, a real man knows his strengths, weaknesses, and his limitations, and a man must realize his purpose is bigger than him. Indeed. DG says, it's not in me. The game isn't in me. I know the game, but I have more at stake. My daughter will be a successful woman. Will be. That's determination in language. Big Boy says, we as men have to evolve. You have to. So when people ask again, you think you better than somebody. I sure do. Appreciate that, Big Boy. Yep, good intentions. Big Boy stupid. The road to hell is paved with gold. No, Big Boy.
No.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Brother Malika says, when a man outgrows his old surroundings, he realizes his self-worth and wants better. It's called growth and self-actualization. Indeed, brother. Big Boy with a $2 bomb. He says, just a donation. I want some pork.
These last $2.
I'm going to take them $2 just so you $2 short so you can't get no damn swine. Go get a beef patty or some shit. No, we ain't doing no swine. Brother Malika back at it. He says, misery will always love company. Remember, KS said single people will always keep other people single. Indeed, bro. And that's something you have to be aware of. Some people are so stuck in that rut. Complaining isn't really complaining for them. They like that shit. They like struggling. This is why I can't stand that well, man, we in the struggle. We black. We always struggling. No, bro. Start breaking that mentality. This is why I do the content that I do. I can't do a Coach Greg. I'm not picking on, not taking shots, but I can't do a Coach Greg and show you the BMWs and stuff. One, I don't have one. Two, that's not my style. Because I know most guys, and there's a lot of guys out there that will listen to Coach Greg, but they're simply going to live vicariously through him because they haven't done the simple foundational steps that Coach is talking about. You can't get to that level that Coach Greg is at by not having some self-actualization, some realization, some aha, some oh shit. I'm the sad clown. Oh shit. Is this all there is? Okay, I'm the sad clown, but damn, is this it? Oh damn, I got a bigger purpose. You see the way you start walking these things, then you walk away from the game that you used to play. Then you get the BMWs and the Ferraris and all that if that's what you want. I just want a cabin in the woods and a lake so I can fish and all that stuff. Anyway, and smoke my cigars, of course.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Big Boy says, I have learned that people will point out your inequalities just to mask their own.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Malika with the ones, Big Boy with the one, BT with the ones. Again, nigga, you serious? You ain't trying to hit AC? Nigga, you serious? You don't want to pull this lid? Man, shit, man. Oh, girl, bad. Da. Good tonight, bro. Nigga, you serious? We've all heard it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You got to be able to say no, realize where you at, and walk away. 638 in the building. Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you being in here, man. And BT said, Avon looked out for Cuddy on his next venture in life too. He did. And that DG with the ones. He did, BT. He did. Again, that's somebody that actually loves and respects how Cuddy's moving. That's why he said he a man today. Big Boy with it. He says, Kofor, we are better than a lot of people.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
BT says, Kofor, you have a luxury car. Stop downplaying your whip. It has 4 wheels. It moves. It's almost paid off. Whew. Inshallah, I will have my car paid off this summer. That is the goal, bro. That's all I'm worried about. Let me pay off that goddamn car. BT says, with the $10 bomb, he says, oh, this live came at a perfect time for me. Salute, good brother. You know what? I'm gonna hit you with your drop again. Just for the 10 spot. I'm gonna hit you twice. Let me see. Bam. Hit you with your drop.
I'ma just bless her. I chew. Baby girl, you with the winners. How could you lose? Like her too. Many different flavors. How can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
And I got you one more time, bro.
Donations, gifts.
Back on me. Appreciate that 10 bomb. Let's keep on going. Big was stupid. Saw them big ass thighs, and she was indeed running in the wrong direction.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Yes, but back to that Cuddy scene. He a man today. It's important for you to make these decisions for yourself, because a lot of times when you do pull away from your old habits, especially when you know they're bad habits, they're holding you back, it's not something that going to push you forward in life in a positive way, especially you or your family. Take notice of who takes notice and has an issue with how you're moving. Some of the closest people I've been to in my life, they don't listen to my content. They don't like my content. They don't like the way I think about, especially relationships and women. But a lot of what I gave everybody else, including them, I started giving myself. I just took notice of how they started moving with me when I started moving over here. Didn't have a conversation with me, just heard the content and got mad. No matter how many examples I give, No matter how many facts, data, statistics, no matter how the real examples, even doing little things like this using TV show clips, it's always going to be an issue with somebody. Unfortunately, it can be somebody in your circle. Make sure, let's see if I got any cash apps. Don't want to miss anything or anybody. Give me one quick second. I think somebody hit me something. Nope. Wait a minute. Nope, we're good to go. Just want to make sure I ain't miss nobody on the Cash App. So again, just to recap, you got to have a realization similar to you're the sad clown. Then, what is all this for? And that's a dangerous spot to be in, because some people get stuck there. You start to overthink things. You have a where's the word I'm looking for? You get paralyzed by thinking about it. You overanalyze things, so you become stagnant. You end up in the same spot. Paralysis analysis. That's the word I'm looking for. You end up with paralysis analysis. You end up stagnant and in the same spot. I would much rather you take a loss than to be stagnant, because when you're stagnant and you're in that same space, you're not going to grow. When you take a loss, shout out to BT, you get a win and you can learn a lesson. That's what the L is for. Yeah, it's a loss, but it's a lesson. So now you can bounce back and get better. Or you're steady moving forward. Again, what is all this for? Then you find out there's a bigger purpose. Then you have you know what? If there's a bigger purpose, it may be time for me to cut ties. With that said, we're going to close it out. I appreciate everybody being in here. I hope this found you well, or even if it didn't find you well, I hope it made you feel a little bit better, gave you something to glean off of and go get sharper. Again, send your stories, send your ideas and thoughts to the Gmail up there. That's growthtalk.podcast, and that is at Gmail. So send your thoughts, your ideas, maybe your stories, whatever the fuck you want me to talk about from a man's perspective, because a lot of us are going through this. As DG said, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I've said things that he wanted to say, he just didn't have the words. So if I can keep being that for you brothers, that's what I'm going to keep being. So don't be afraid to hit the Gmail. Again, thank you all for the super chats, super stickers, then getting the Cash Apps and PayPal on thing, but it's all good. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you go to growthtalkent.com, growthtalkent.com, get your merch. You also have the lineup of the most recent 3 YouTube videos. But again, if you don't want to donate monetarily, most of you have. If you haven't, hit the like button before we slide up out of here. With that said, I'm probably going to see y'all. I know I'll see y'all later on this week, at least one more, maybe 2 more, because I'm going to be out of pocket all of next week. So with that said, we're going to close out. I'm going to leave you like I always do. I love you. Ain't shit you can do about it. You matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace. I'll catch y'all soon.